Well, there's nothing leaking. There is some funny smells, but you know, we've been spraying chemicals all over everything underneath there, so when it gets hot, those chemicals are going to burn off. When they burn off, they're going to smell. Friday, December the 16th, I think, 2022. About 7 o'clock, going on 7 o'clock. I've got to reset the clock because we disconnected the battery to clean the terminals on the computer, the PCM or engine control module, powertrain module, whatever you want to call it. And we're starting out for the third time. It's about 40 degrees. Starting out for the third time, trying to go south. We'll see how the transmission does. Just right. Just right. Just right. The computer was covered in power steering fluid from all the trouble we've had, and so I've been spraying it with electric cleaner, and it's been working good sporadically. At first signs of problems, we're going to turn around and head back. We'll make a decision on whether we're going to continue looking for a replacement or try to get it down to Conyers to have it checked out down there. But I'm not playing around with it. If it doesn't shift right first time, we're turn it around. Still got power steering noise. We need to get a 18 millimeter open in and a 18 millimeter deep well socket, and a 15 millimeter deep well socket, just in case we need to work on this power steering on the side of the road. Turning right on US 129, we're headed towards Athens. If we don't have any trouble, we'll go through Watkinsville, hit 15 and go south. Shifting perfect right now. We still have low oil pressure problems. I don't know if I might be able to drop this pan and I don't know, maybe an O-ring on the pickup getting these connections clean will take care of this transmission problem, because we're not getting a code. We're not getting I've run the scanner on it a couple of times, and we're not getting a transmission code or a drivetrain code. Something for $8,000 or $10,000, about 125,000 miles, about 5, 6, 7 years old. Well, they got the lights on and the public's in there. I guess they'll be. I guess it's just temporary lights, because they're not ready to open. The one back at Jefferson that might be a little bit further along than this one. Stopping up here at the Golden Pantry and getting a biscuit to eat. Then we'll be on our way. Like I said, first sign of transmission trouble, we're going to turn around and come back. I'm not going to waste time fiddling with it anymore. I won't try to get it down to Conyers until the first of the week. I'll look for a replacement this weekend. So hopefully they got it though. It's a heavy-duty truck. I've been working on the railroad here for 4 or 5 days. I think they just run trains at night. Friday morning, the 16th of December, 2022. About 7:30. 37 degrees on the outer loop, Athens, Georgia. We'll be getting off at Timothy, or Old 441, and going through Watkinsville as long as the van does good. We started off this road trip from the shop today. The mileage was 299, 299. Let's see, it's 37 degrees, going to, I think, 55 today, 53, 30, 35 tonight. I think about 53 tomorrow, 28 tomorrow night. If everything goes well, we'll be in Brunswick probably. Want to get the 5 fish in the water if I can. As much rain as we've had, I'm sure the rain's going to, the water, the rivers and everything are going to be high down there too, so may not be able to get it in a river or a creek, but may be able to get it in the ocean. We'll see. So we got some electric cleaner. We had 2 different types. One type we got to start with was non-flammable, but it was not good for plastic and rubber. So before I used it on the stuff much, I went on and got the other one that's made for connections, but it was highly flammable, but we didn't have it around flames. So, but we have saturated. We took the connections off and cleaned them and saturated them with this cleaner, and so far the transmission has done perfect today. This is a L480E transmission. If I've got that nomenclature correct, I know it's a 80E. It's Chevrolet's big transmission. It's supposed to be a very good transmission. So, and I've never had any trouble out of it until push you all the way around. If you move over to let somebody own, you've got somebody right on your bumper. If you don't move over to let them own, you have to slam on or put on the brakes hard and let them get over. It's and these people on this loop drive like lunatics. But enough of that. We'll be getting off up here, going right through Watkinsville. And as long as we don't have any grief, we should be on the Georgia coast here in about 4 hours. Unless we get sidetracked. Could be 5 or 6 hours. But at the very first sign of transmission trouble, we're going to turn around and come back. I'm going to park it. I'll probably get the Jeep, head to Marietta, spend the 3 or 4 days with my daughter, and be looking for a replacement up around Marietta on Highway 41. I think I've seen a couple of like herds and places like that sell their used trucks and vans. Check that stuff out, and then decide finally if we're just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and get something, spend the money, or go ahead and have this one fixed. I mean, I could make getting a new one work, but it sure would hurt me financially. But you know, if you're going to do what you're going to do, you got to do what you got to do. So we'll just see what we have to get into. I do not need to spend $1,800 rebuilding this transmission. I do not need to spend $40,000 on a new van, or $20,000 on a 10-year-old van with 200,000 miles on it. The prices are just ridiculous. They have started coming down a little bit, but I don't know if it's enough for me to get a decent deal on anything. And we will be facing the sun, going into the sun shortly, so we'll be turning the camera off until we get better viewing. Also, I've got to adjust this mirror mounted. I like this mirror mount, but it is very difficult to get this camera right. It's great for the phone, just for being a hands-free phone holder, but it's not the best camera mount system. So far, this transmission is done perfect. And, you know, once we got everything cleaned up under there were no leaks this morning, no transmission fluid, no water, no power steering fluid, no oil, no leaks whatsoever. I said the van's got right at 300,000. It may turn 300 on. If we don't have any grief, it might turn 300,000 on this road trip. I'm planning on coming back first of the week, but we could wait until we come back till middle or even the end of the week. Christmas. Or shoot, I guess I'd hate to miss Christmas with the family, but we could just stay down in Florida. It's not likely. We'll see. Hopefully I end up on the west coast down around Port St. Joe for the winter. Is what I've been trying to do. I was hoping I'd be down there by November. Good luck with that, huh? Watkinsville, then we'll turn it off. I guess we'll see how the light is, how the sun is. way off. I was doing 30 to 1 hour videos. I started cutting it back to 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or content or what the problem is, but I need to fix it. I need to fix it quick. Gas $2.52 here in Watkinsville. I got it for $2.42 at the Walmart yesterday morning. Pushing. I don't know if it's the people. I've sort of blamed it on the cars themselves because they're so much better. They're quicker, they're more nimble, and they handle so much better. People are pushing them to the limits, and I think that the cars are much more capable than the people are. That's my theory. Entering Watkinsville city limits, and Watkinsville has gotten serious about their speed limit. Been quite a bit of controversy about it. Watkinsville has gone the way of so many of these towns all around these metropolitan areas. They've gone woke and liberal. I guess they woke up and went liberal. In their opinion. In my opinion, they closed their eyes and went blind. But anyway, nobody cares about my opinion, so I need to keep it to myself. Keep my yap shut. Going right through town. This used to be a very pretty corner, and now it's got Oconee State Bank on it. Still a nice tree. It's a wonder they didn't take it down, but they didn't. There were others that did come down. There again. Never mind. So we'll go right through Watkinsville, then probably turn it off as we get out of the city limits of Watkinsville on the other side. We will probably stop in Greensboro and check, make sure there aren't any leaks, make sure we're still good to go before we get south of I-20. Nice Christmas tree. You know, Oconee used to be part of Clark County, and when they moved the county seat from Watkinsville to Athens, the Oconeans decided they didn't particularly like that and wanted their own county, so they petitioned the state and they got their own county. I think around 1876, 1886, in that area there. Until then, all of this was Clark County. Now, if you take that fork to the right, that is 441 and 129. It'll take you down through Madison. This left where that van is turning is Barnett Shoals. It'll take you out across the Oconee River. And we're going to go straight and stay on Georgia 15. I think I have checked the compass before, and it's almost due south. Georgia 15 is a very good ride. It's called Traditions Highway. I've got it all the way down to Waycross coming back. I don't think I've got it all the way down going. And that is an option of going today. Going down 15 to Waycross and cutting across. do that, we'll come across the Satilla River a couple of different times with a couple of boat ramps. We might be able to get the 5 fish in the water. Yeah, here comes that sun. We'll kind of cut this camera off as we're going up that next hill. That'll be the city limits. The transmission's doing perfect so far. Need some wood to knock on. Like I said, I hadn't had any trouble out of this transmission at all until lately. Everything else has been power steering, brakes, low oil pressure, you know, something, but not this transmission. But like I said, those connectors where it's connected to the computer are just saturated with power steering fluid. I could stay around here today and make sure it does good, but I've been wanting to get to the coast for a couple of weeks.